So I started doing this little exercise called 5 minute stories. The best way I can think to explain them to you, they're very short, nugget size. They might take up half a page. A big one might take up like maybe a page and a half. But realistically, I mean, they're short. They're very short. They're like little snippets. Um, they're kind of along the lines of the micro novels. I almost say, to me, they're two different things. I guess because the idea of a micro novel, at least as I do them, is basically you're trying to tell a story in a different way. Um, with the 5 minute stories, it's kind of an exercise for writers. It's almost like just to get you going, come up with a story, come up with a premise, come up with a title, and go from there. And the story takes you a whole lot longer than 5 minutes. I mean, screw it, it's done. But this is one of the 5 minute stories that I just kind of concocted, and this one's called Bed Monster Party. And yeah, thanks Serena for that title. My sister from another mister. Let me see. It was a typical Sunday, just me in my living room arguing with a ghost. This particular ghost looks like Woody Allen, which isn't to try to render him impotent or powerless, because he towered over me when he was alive. You were manhandling my son, he glowers. Well, that was 50 years ago. His son made fun of me. I defended myself the only way I could, the only way I really knew how, by throwing a volley of furious punches and scratches like a cartoon character. That wasn't my fault, I tell him. He made fun of me. I don't care, says the ghost. I smiled. Well, now you're a ghost, so I guess you can fuck off. Seriously, this bastard came out to the local ice rink and threatened me. Me, a 7-year-old kid, in front of all the other kids in the neighborhood, and told me he better not catch me out on that piece of property again, as if it was his property. Anyway, when I went back there a week later, he came marching out there. He lived the next block over. He came marching out there and grabbed me by the collar of my coat and shook me. Just violently shook me and threatened me some more. You were a menace, he tells me. You bullied my son. The hell I did, I tell the ghost. He was picking on me. I was the victim. Your kid was the bully. You were a victim, sneered the ghost. You're a full head taller than my kid. Piss up a rope, dead man, I told him. I got a busy day ahead of me doing something or other. I don't know. I was the victim. Every kid in that neighborhood bullied me, picked on me, picked me apart, made fun of me on the daily. They were all bigger than me. Even the ones who were smaller than me were bigger than me. Anyway, 5 minute stories. It was kind of funny and maybe kind of looking, hopefully, a little bit at the psychology of bullies. I think I've run across quite a few bullies, kind of, young Robert Cones in training who perhaps went through life feeling like they were the ones being bullied. Anyway, an interesting little thing there, but blah 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 blah. Just me being a big dummy. Anyway, 5 minute stories. There you go.